How we doing, boys? Ignore me being pretty sweaty in this video. Just got back from the gym. Second workout of the day. Probably working harder than you. But in this video, I wanted to go over a few things that I've had on my mind that can help you become successful. This isn't just about business. This isn't just about the gym. This isn't just about any one thing. This can go along with anything, any human endeavor that you are trying to get better at. Now, how I make these videos is, I go along my day, work on my business, work out, work hard, and things come to my mind. I have these, not revelations, because I already know what they are, but I have these flashbacks based on what I'm doing at that time. And it's like, wow, I'm really doing this because of this, or I'm really here because of this, whatever it is, right? So when I have these flashbacks, I like to turn the camera on because that's what this channel is about. I try and give you guys every single piece of knowledge I have about going from zero, literally a normal broke high school kid, to a millionaire at 20 years old, live a pretty cool life now, and you guys watching this want to as well. But the main thing I had on my mind today was equal and opposite force. Now, I've got a lot of comments, a lot of people telling me, why do you talk about energy, the law of attraction so much, blah, blah, blah. You know why? Because it's true. Whether you like it or not, all this stuff is real. It worked for me. It's worked for millions of people. It is literally a indefensible system if you say it's false. Like literally everything that you could possibly prove when it comes to the law of attraction, when you study successful people, when you study people who are depressed, who aren't successful, they all have common threads, and it all comes back to the law of attraction and to all the laws of the universe. So if you don't believe in energy and vibration, scientifically you're wrong, and everything else, spiritually, whatever, physically, you are completely wrong. So whether you like it or not, what I'm about to tell you is happening. If you want to believe it or not after, that's up to you. But based on your further life experiences after this video, you're going to come back to this and be like, damn, he was right. But anyway, equal and opposite force. I'm going to tell you how to get rich in about 10 minutes. Equal and opposite force. Turns out Newton, philosopher, scientist, whatever, was actually a pretty smart guy. He discovered a lot of things that are very true. And his second law, I believe, could be his third, I could be wrong, which is rare, but could be wrong. He said that every single object will not move until it gets hit. Basically, scientifically, if you extract that into our normal physical reality, equal and opposite force is real. You need a force to push a force, and if no force pushes a force, that second force won't move. So, equal and opposite force. If you do something, there will be a reaction from that first force. So, how do you basically take this into your real life and hack it so that you can bend reality to your will? Well, the key, very simple, is to put as much force into what you're trying to get as possible, because it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you're going to the gym. It doesn't matter if you're watching this video learning about business. It doesn't matter if you're actually working on your business. Every single thing that you do positive in your life goes into that plus column. It goes into the force. And every single time you put something into that force, like I just said, it can be anything. It can be writing an email for your business. It could be networking with somebody. It could be actually doing, a sales call in your business, actually making money. So reading a book, whatever it is, everything you do positively goes into what you're trying to get, which is whatever your goal is. If you're trying to get rich, all of those things would apply. If you're trying to get better in the gym, it's a little easier to explain this one. But every time you eat right, every time you learn about weightlifting, every time you go to the gym, every time you do cardio, every single time you do something towards that end goal, you are going to get a reaction out of it. Now, it may take a lot of time, it may take a lot of hard work, it may take longer than you expect, but the point is, every single time you do something, every single time you take action, which is the key word, you will be rewarded from that in the universe somehow, some way. You don't know how long it's going to take, you don't know if it's going to be tomorrow, the same day, or you don't know if it's going to be 10 years from now, but every single thing you do impacts your life and the future. So, if you take this knowledge and, like I said, you want to turn it into wealth, you want to turn it into becoming a rich human being, you need to do as much action as humanly possible towards your business, towards your goal. This is how I like to think about things. Too many people are soft in their thinking. I don't know if that's the right word to describe it, but they're soft in their beliefs. They're like, oh, if I work my job, maybe one day I'll win the lottery and then I can be rich. Or I'll start this business, I'll kind of try because it might not work out. Maybe if I put half effort, it'll miraculously work. Like, no, you need to be more hardcore in your beliefs. If you don't work, if you don't take action, you are not going to win. And where I was going with this, why I like to think under this paradigm, is you need to to act at your goal. You and your goal are not one. You don't have your goal yet. You're here, your goal's here. You need to act at that goal. Every action you take, you need to viciously do that action. I don't care if you're typing on your keyboard or sending a text on your phone. You need to act towards that goal. Tell the universe, hey, I'm doing this, and just push as much force toward that goal as possible. And this is really how I've incorporated this into my mindset, is all I do is work. Now, I know a lot of you guys, that's not your dream lifestyle. That's not your dream to, you want to be on a beach, right? You want to sip coconuts and be a loser and then whatever, I can't say some things on YouTube, but that's what you want to do, right? You want to retire. Well, if you're thinking about that, this probably isn't the channel for you. If you want to retire, fine, but if you're one of those guys, I want to retire at 35 and I just want to sit home and watch Netflix all day and go to the beach, like, bro, you're a loser. The point is, you need to put as much action towards your goal as humanly possible. You need to push so much force towards that goal that it wouldn't even make sense for you to lose, because equal and opposite force, every single thing you do will go towards that goal. So like I was saying, I work all the time. I wake up, I work. I wake up, if I'm not, I wake up twice. I wake up, go back to bed, wake up. No, I wake up, I work. After that, I go to the gym. Guess what? I work the rest of the day. Go to the gym again, work again, go to sleep, repeat, because I know how valuable my time is. And I know that with this mindset, with this law that Newton has told us, thank God to Newton, but with this information that we have now in this 21st century, is that if we put as much action as humanly possible towards our goal, it is literally inevitable that we get it. So when you understand this and you realize that every single day you could be getting closer to your goal than you currently are, it creates a sense of urgency and it's going to make you work harder. Now, for you guys who don't know, I'm a sports content creator. I make sports content, right? Blah, blah, blah. I made a lot of money from it, went from 0 to millionaire at 19 from it. But the point is, the main way my business moves, main way my business actually works is content, because it's affiliate marketing. I get paid from certain apps, blah, 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 certain companies. So the more views I get, the more followers I get, the more people that see my affiliate marketing, the more money I make. So the point is, what I need for my business to go is content. So I got into the sports content space, right? I looked at the top competitors. I also recommend all you guys do this for first getting into business, whatever niche it is, whether it's sales, whether you're trying to start a software company, whether you're starting a sports content company, whatever it is, look at the top guys in your industry, because you're going to base what you do off them, right? I looked at them and I'm like, damn, you guys are posting once a week, once every 3 days, once a day, and you need to post to make money. You guys are lazy. So I was like, okay, I'm going to come onto the scene and I'm going to post 4 times a day until I beat them. And that's what I did for 6 months. First 6 months, first 3 months, I got no results. And after those 3 months, my page started to pop off. But the point is, instead of posting once a day, once every other day, I posted 4 times a day for literally 6 months, like clockwork, without missing a day, to build my page, because I knew if I did that, I would literally get there 4 times as fast. Now, is it going to be exactly 4 times as fast as the other person, and maybe longer, maybe shorter? No. But the point is, I'm putting in 4 times as much action. That's how I was able to go from 0 to 150K profit in a month in 9 months. I changed my life extremely quickly because I grabbed this mindset and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to dedicate the next year, maybe 2 years, maybe 5 years of my life to action. I am going to do things. I was sick of being a broke high school kid. I was sick of being a loser who never took action, who felt like shit about himself because I never did anything. I wanted to take action. And if I wanted to get to the top of this industry, right, I had to do more. All right, boys, my camera cut out, but I'm going to finish this video for you guys. So as I was saying, if I wanted to get to the top of my industry, right, which was sports content, I knew that I had to post more than them, or I simply would never catch up, right? So I started posting 4 times a day. And like I said, after 3 months, my page finally started to pop off. So the point is, basic math. If you go into an industry, there are people there that have been in the game longer than you, so they have more information than you, more experience. They're working harder than you, so they're already going to keep leveling up past you, and they have a 10-year head start. So if you're doing the same amount of work as the top guys, you're never going to catch them. You're going to be on the same trajectory. You're losing, they're winning, and they're just going to keep gliding, and you're going to be gliding that same distance behind them. But if this is you and this is them, and you're trying to collapse that gap, you need to do 3 to 4 times the work, just like I did. They do 1 set of whatever it is. They work 8 hours, or they work 4 hours a day, whatever it is. They do whatever, if it's in the gym, whatever. They work out once every other day. You work out twice a day. You know what I mean? So they do 1, you do 4. They do 1, you do 4. They do 1, you do 4. And eventually you're going to be able to close that gap. I was able to close that gap in my industry in literally 9 months and get to the top. Now I'm one of the biggest creators in the space, and it's literally made me almost $2 million in 3 years. And now I have a life of freedom, all because I dedicated myself for 6 months. Like, Like, that's all you have to do. But you need to ruthlessly, I can't talk after running, ruthlessly dedicate yourself at your goal for those 6 months. You can't just do as much as the big guys could do. You can't just do a little bit of work and then go to sleep. No, you need to put your all into something. If you don't put your all into it, that is fine. But you won't be able to get rich quick. You won't be able to get to the top quick. People hear my story and they're like, oh, you can't get rich quick. It takes a decade, to get rich. And yeah, if you're trying to stack tens and tens of millions of dollars in a year, you're probably going to struggle. But if you want to get to a life of freedom, 100K a month, like I did, 150K a month, whatever, million a year, you can do that in 1 year. So I disagree with these people that say, oh, it's going to take you 5 to 10 years to go down the hustle and get there. No, it took 5 to 10 years for you because you didn't work hard enough. So don't listen to any of this BS on the internet where people are telling you if you start at 20, you're not going to have any money until 25. No, the reason you are indoctrinated to wait is because of the school system. What is the school system? Every single thing is delaying it to the next thing. Yeah, school sucks right now, but you got to get through it so you can go to college. Why do you go to college? Well, you got to get through it so you can get a job. Okay, why do I get a job? To make money. Yeah, I just got to my job. I'm not getting paid a lot. You got to keep waiting until you get your raise. You got your raise. I still can't afford anything. I still don't have a hot wife. I still don't have the life I want. Oh, don't worry. Just wait till retirement and then you'll have money and then you'll be able to chill. Next thing you know, you're 65, you're sitting on a beach, you die 2 years later and you wasted your life. Now, I don't want to be what am I saying? I was going to say I don't want to be overly harsh with you guys, but I do. You guys are young. Most of my audience is young, and this is how I became successful. I don't want to hold anything back. You need to be harsh with yourself. So you don't have as much time as you think, and as long as you keep having this mindset of waiting, you will never become successful. You need to have a hard reset. I literally vividly remember me looking in the mirror. This is the corniest thing ever. I'm openly saying that, but I looked in the mirror and I was like, I'm done being a loser at 17. I was literally doing that. I was so fed up with myself. I did that. And from that day on, I logged in. A few weeks later, I found sports content. I found that business idea. I bought a course. I went all in on it. And next thing you know, less than a year from when I looked in that mirror, I was literally making over 100K a month living in Miami with a McLaren. So you can change your life extremely quick. And to go off that point, why did I find that sports content course 2-3 weeks after I changed my life? Why? Because I was attracting what I wanted. I felt better about myself because I was finally working hard. Even though I didn't have my business yet, I was running a little sports thing on the side. Even though I didn't know what I was doing, I was working on that. I was trying harder in school. I was going to the gym. I was focusing on improving myself. And when you're in that higher vibrational state, when you're working on yourself, positive things are going to come to you. So I literally remember that, and less than 3 weeks later, maybe it was 3 weeks, whatever, less than a month later, I found that sports content course. Like the universe had gifted it to me, which looking back, it 100% did, because the reason I'm sitting here in front of you, would I have figured something else out? Yes, of course I would have. Like I'm about it. But if nothing else was an option, right? The only reason I'm in front of this camera is because I literally saw an ad on my phone, sports content. I got interested, spent all my money on a course, took a risk, and then went all in on it, right? So the universe gifted me that opportunity. I didn't know I could make money from this, and now I live a life of freedom because of it. So the point is, it's not airy-fairy. If you are working on yourself, if you're being positive, even if you don't have a business yet, even if everything is going wrong, you're at a job, if you're going to the gym hard, if you're working on yourself, learning things, if you're watching videos like this, reading books, you're eating clean, all these positive things will go towards your force of becoming successful, equal and opposite force. So it doesn't matter what position you're in, you can always do something positive. You're waiting at a restaurant for your food, maybe you're sitting by yourself or with one of your boys, cool, go on your phone and start working, send out a tweet, create content, text somebody, try and network with somebody at the restaurant, do something positive, right? All the time you can be doing this. You want to watch YouTube? Okay, don't watch too much entertainment content, watch a video like this, go watch Brian Tracy, go watch someone who's gonna, benefit your life in some way. You're gonna go to the club, maybe don't go to the club, go to the gym instead. Or even if you just don't go to the club and you just chill at home, that is a win. The point is, every single thing in life is a decision, and literally where you are right now, you deserve, and it is all based off your decisions. The reason I'm in front of this camera, the reason I'm in a really cool place in Miami right now with everything I've ever wanted is because I made a decision, the main one, which was to change my life, and then the second main one, which was to take a risk and spend $3,000 out of the $4,000 I had for my part-time jobs on a course learning the business I know now. So That's a side note. Everybody knows you need to take risks, all that stuff. You got to give it your all. I've talked about that a billion times on this channel. The point is, every single thing that you do is a choice, and every single thing you do will go towards your goal. This is equal and opposite force. You need to take all of your energy, all of your waking hours, and do every single thing you possibly can. Push force at your goal. Literally act at your goal. If you want to be rich, all you should be doing is working on your business, studying the top people in your industry, learning more things about business, reading books, watching videos, working out so you have more energy and you're in better shape, eating clean. You know, all your time needs to go into that if you want to get there quick. It's basic math. Even if you don't believe in the law of attraction, even if you don't believe in this, it's literally basic math. Like I said before, if someone's working the same amount as you and they're already at the top of the industry, they're not even going to go at the same pace as you. They're going to go at a way higher pace than you because they already have the business, they have the experience, they have the connections, they're working harder than you, and you're just going to be trailing behind forever. So you need to do extra work to catch up. And the crazy thing about the universe and the crazy thing about, you know, just this world that we live in is when you are putting in that work, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, will basically assist you into getting that goal. I've never seen somebody really lock in and not become successful. And trust me, I can talk about this because now that I've become very rich off sports content, I also have a community where I teach people how to learn sports content. We got over 60 members now. It's been super successful. And the point is, I've seen over 100 guys come in and out of that program since we started it like 2 years ago. And I see the people that win, I see the people that don't win. And every single person that's actually listened and put in the work has become successful. For example, Fantasy Football Sav, Chad Slavinsky, the guy made 70 grand in 1 month in December in his first year in sports content. He used the content systems that we use. He worked hard. He didn't miss any days, and he had a few videos pop off. He had 1.2 million views on one video in sports content. And even though I haven't explained the business in this video, basically we get paid commission from sports betting apps. So Underdog and Prize Picks, for example, I work with them. If somebody deposits just $10 on the app with my promo code from my page, I get 100. So first off, that's why this business is so good. You get 10x margins, right? $10 sale, I get $100. So if he got 1.2 million views on his video, he gets 100 CPA, 100 per sign up. He got 700 people on an app. When you look at the views, it really isn't that many. So 700 conversions, that is $70,000 in his bank account in 1 month. And that's just one of the many success stories we have, guys. So if you want to actually use this information I just gave you, equal and opposite force, and you may be like, okay, I'm ready to work hard, I'm ready to put all my energy into my goal, but I don't know how I'm going to become rich. Perfect. Look at the free training below and learn sports content. It's going to break down how this business works. And if you're serious, if you're ready to go all in, you can work with me one-on-one and learn the exact same blueprint of how I went from 0 to 150K profit in a month and 9 months, and how countless others are making 10, 20, 30, 40, even 70K a month, like I just said, with this business. So I appreciate you guys watching. Check out the free training below, and then also subscribe for more content like this. I hope you guys found it informative. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them below. I look at and respond to all of them. Again, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one.